Hello everyone. Welcome to tonight's story. Your likes and subscriptions can give me hope to create better stories. And let me know what changes you'd like me to make to my voice. Alright, now let's get to tonight's story. Chapter 1. The Last Light of Autumn. The world is settling. The great, bustling energy of the summer is fading. The vibrant green of the oak and ash trees has burned away. It has burned away to a brilliant gold and a deep, fiery red. And now, those last brave leaves are letting go. They are drifting down on the soft, cool air, twirling, dancing their final, silent dance. They blanket the earth in a crunchy, fragrant carpet. This is the time of turning inward. This is the time of preparation. This is the edge of the quiet time. The time of long nights and of soft, glowing hearths. We find ourselves outside a small village. Its name is Eldthorpe. It is nestled in a gentle valley. A silver river curls around it like a sleeping serpent. The forest, dark and deep, stands as a protective wall on one side. On the other, fields of harvested wheat and barley stretch out. Their stalks are short and golden. They whisper secrets to the wind. The air smells of wood smoke, and of damp earth, and of the sweet, decaying leaves. It is the smell of autumn saying goodbye. Come, let us drift closer, like a feather on the breeze. Let us float over the wooden palisade that surrounds the village. The gate is still open, but it will be closed soon. Closed against the deepening dark. We see cottages. They are made of wattle and daub. That is woven sticks and thick clay. Their roofs are thick with straw thatch. It is old and weathered to a soft grey. From the centre of each roof, a thin wisp of smoke rises. It rises from a hole in the thatch. The smoke carries the scent of burning oak and of baking bread. It is the breath of the home, the breath of life. Let us focus on one cottage near the edge of the village. It is the home of Anya, the village baker, and her husband, Liam, the woodworker, and their young son, Finn. He is about your age. Perhaps you can see yourself in him. His day is ending. He has been helping his mother gather the last of the herbs from their small garden. Rosemary, thyme, sage. Their pungent green smells cling to his fingers. He has helped his father stack firewood, great logs, splint from the heart of ancient trees. They are stacked high against the side of the house, a wall of potential warmth, a promise against the cold to come. Now, Finn sits on a stool by the central hearth. The hearth is a simple stone box in the centre of the single room. The fire within is not a roaring beast. Not tonight. It is a steady, glowing heart of embers. A smaller pot hangs over it, suspended on an iron hook. Inside, a simple stew of barley, onions, and the last of the autumn carrots bubbles softly. It whispers. It is a gentle, rhythmic sound, a soothing sound. The main sound in the quiet room. Finn watches the flames. They are not just orange and red. If you look closely, you can see blue at their base. A deep, magical blue, and flickers of pure, clean yellow at their tips. They dance without music, a silent, hypnotic ballet. The light from these flames dances too. It leaps and flickers across the walls. It illuminates the tools hanging there. Liam's saws and chisels. Anya's baking paddles and baskets. It makes their shadows long and dancing. It is a world of moving light and shifting dark. It is alive. Anya comes over and stirs the stew with a long wooden spoon. She tastes a little bit. She adds a pinch of salt from a small pottery jar. "The nights are drawing in, my little Finch," she says, her voice soft as the wool of her shawl. The sun is weary. It seeks its bed early and rises late. Finn nods, his eyes still on the fire. "Father says the woodpile must reach the eaves," he says. "It must," Anya agrees. "For the winter wolf is a quiet wolf. He does not howl at the door. He simply waits. And his cold is a sleep from which one does not wake. Our wood and our wool are our shields against him." This is not said with fear. It is said with simple fact. It is the way of things. The way it has always been. Preparation is not worry. It is wisdom. It is a song sung from one generation to the next. A lullaby of survival. Outside, the light is fading fast. The world is turning to shades of grey and deep blue. Liam comes in, his boots heavy with mud from the field. He brings in the smell of the cold outside. A clean, sharp smell. He closes the wooden door behind him. He slides a heavy wooden bar across it. Thunk. That sound. It is a final sound. It means the outside world is now shut away. The world has shrunk to this one room. This circle of warmth and light. This little universe of family. They eat their stew from wooden bowls. The bread is yesterday's bread, hard and dark. They dip it in the broth to soften it. It is simple food, but it is warm, and it fills their bellies. There is no other sound but the eating, and the fire, and the occasional pop of a sap bubble in a log. It is a comfortable silence, a together silence. After they eat, they do not light a costly candle. They use the fire's light. Liam takes a piece of wood and a sharp knife. He begins to whittle. The sound is a gentle, rhythmic scrape. He is making a new spoon. Anya takes her drop spindle. She has a basket of carded wool, fluffy and white like a cloud. She attaches a strand to the weighted spindle. She sets it spinning, dangling near the floor. With practiced fingers, she feeds the wool. The spindle twists. It twists the fibers together, making yarn, making thread, making warmth for the future. The spindle makes a soft whirring hum, a sleepy sound. Finn watches them both. His eyelids are growing heavy. The fire is so warm on his face. The sounds of scraping and whirring are like a quiet song. The song of making. The song of home. He curls up on a pile of furs near the hearth. The furs are from deer that the hunters brought back. They smell of smoke and pine. He pulls a thick, rough-woven wool blanket over himself. It is heavy. It feels like a gentle, constant hug. "Tell me about the ice dragon, father," Finn murmurs, his voice already thick with sleep. Liam doesn't stop his whittling. Shh, click. Shh, click. The ice dragon does not come with fire and fury, Liam says. his voice a low, rumbling echo of the fire. He is a quiet dragon. His breath is the north wind. It whispers through the cracks in the door. His scales are the frost, but feathers on the window shutters in the morning. His treasure is not gold, but silence. A deep, white silence that covers the world. Shh, click. But we are in his belly, Finn says, repeating the old village saying. We are in his belly, Liam agrees. But we have tamed a piece of him. We have tamed this little piece. This is the truth of it. The entire cottage is an act of defiance. A bubble of warmth in a sea of coming cold. Every log on the fire, every stitch in a blanket, every stored sack of brain. It is a word in an ancient argument with winter. And tonight they are winning. Anya begins to sing a very old song. It has no words, or the words have been forgotten long ago. It is a series of soft hums and gentle, melodic sounds. It is a song about the turning of the seasons, about the sleeping earth, about roots dreaming deep beneath the frost. Her voice in and out. The dancing light on the walls becomes a blur behind his heavy eyelids. The smells of stew and smoke and wool and earth mingle into one single smell. The smell of safety. The smell of home. He is not quite asleep, but he is not awake. He is in the soft, fuzzy place between, where stories are real, where the fire is a dragon's heart, where the wind outside is just a lullaby sung by the world itself. His body is heavy, so heavy and warm, anchored by the weight of the blanket, cradled by the warmth of the furs. The sounds are fading into a gentle buzz, a cocoon of sound. This is how the long night begins. Not with fear, but with profound peace. A deep, earned contentment. The first star appears in the deep purple sky, outside the smoke hole. But Finn does not see it. He is already dreaming of silent, white forests, and of a fire that never goes out. Let your own breathing slow now. Match it to Finn's. In and out. Feel the weight of your own blankets, your own modern, comfortable blankets. Hear the gentle hum of your own world. Perhaps it is the faint sound of a refrigerator, or the distant sigh of a car. Let those sounds become your spindle's hum, your fire's whisper. You are safe. You are warm. You are prepared. The door is barred. The woodpile is high. Drift now. Drift into the soft, fuzzy place where stories are real. The chapter is ending. Let the words fade away. Leave only the feeling of warmth, the feeling of safety. Sleep now. Pause for 10 seconds of silence. Chapter 2. The silence of the snow. A deep blue light filters into the cottage. It seeps through the tiny cracks in the shutters. It paints thin, straight lines on the opposite wall. The fire is low. Just a bed of pulsating orange embers now. They breathe slowly, in and out, with a soft, warm light. The room is filled with a profound quiet, a holy quiet. The only sound is the gentle sigh of Finn's breathing, and the deeper, slower sigh of his father's, and the softest rustle as his mother turns in her sleep. But there is another sound, a new sound, or rather, a lack of sound. The world outside has been muffled. The usual whisper of the wind through the thatch is gone. The scratching of a bare branch against the roof has vanished. It is a blanket of silence, a deep, soft, heavy silence. Finn stirs. The deep blue light calls to him. He slips out from under his heavy blanket. The air in the room is chilly now, but not bitterly cold. The embers have done their job. They have kept the winter wolf from the door. His breath forms a small, misty cloud in the air. He tiptoes across the hard-packed earthen floor. It is cold on his bare feet. He goes to the window. It is not a window of glass. Glass is for the church, for the Lord's manor house. This window is covered by a sturdy wooden shutter. He finds the small knothole in the wood. He puts his eye to it, and he gashes a small, silent gasp. The world has been transformed. While he slept, the ice dragon has laid his treasure. Everything is covered in a deep, soft, perfect white. The snow is still falling. Great, fat, lazy flakes drift down from a sky the colour of pale grey wool. They drift down without a sound. They settle on the roof of the forge across the way. They pile on the top of the village well. They cling to every branch of every tree. The world is monochrome, black and white and every shade of grey in between. It is so still, so unbelievably quiet. It feels like a secret just for him. He hears his father stir behind him. Liam comes to stand beside him, placing a heavy, warm hand on Finn's shoulder. He doesn't need to look through the knothole. He can feel the silence. "The first snow," Liam whispers, his voice rough with sleep. "A deep one, a good one." "Good," Finn whispers back. "Won't it make everything harder?" "It is a blanket," Liam explains softly. "It covers the sleeping earth. It protects the seeds from the hardest frost. It means water in the spring when it melts, and it tells the hunters where the animals are." He points a finger vaguely toward the forest. Every rabbit, every deer, every boar. They will leave their stories in the snow. Clear paths for those who know how to read them. This is a new way of thinking for Finn. The snow is not an enemy. It is a tool. It is a book. It is a protector. The world is not dead under the snow. It is merely sleeping, dreaming deeply, waiting. The rest of the village begins to wake. They know without looking. They can feel the peculiar quality of the light, the peculiar depth of the silence. Doors open. Not wide, just a crack. A cloud of breath appears in each doorway. Then the people emerge. They are bundled in layers of wool and leather. They move slowly, purposefully. There is no hurry. Hurrying in the snow is how you fall, how you waste precious energy. Finn is allowed to get dressed and go out. He puts on his thick woolen hose, his tunic, a heavier overtunic. His leather shoes are treated with goose grease to repel the water. But they are not enough for this. Anya gives him strips of thick cloth. He learns to wrap them around his shoes and up his legs. They are called winningers. They keep the snow out. They keep the warmth in. It is a slow, careful process. Everything in winter is slow and careful. There is no rushing. He steps outside. The cold hits his face. It is a clean, sharp, shocking cold. It feels like it scrubs the inside of his nose clean. His breath plumes out in a great cloud. The snow crunches under his wrapped feet. Crunch, crunch. It is a satisfying, deep sound. The sound of winter itself. The village is alive, but quietly so. The blacksmith's hammer rings out, but the sound is dampened by the snow. Bong, bong. It is a muted, musical sound. Over by the woodpile, 2 men are sawing a large log. The saw makes a rhythmic sound. Zip, zip. But it too is quiet, swallowed by the snow. The children are not running and shouting. They are helping. They carry smaller pieces of wood from the main pile to the doorsteps of the cottages. Their cheeks and noses are rosy red. They look like little apples. Finn's job is to help his mother with the chickens. The chicken coop is a small, low, wattle structure near their cottage. The chickens are huddled inside, puffed up into feathery balls. They cluck softly, complaining about the weather. Anya checks for eggs. There are very few now. The hens know it is not the time for laying. It is a time for preserving energy. She sprinkles some precious grain for them. She checks that their water bowl is not frozen solid. Finn uses a small stick to break the thin layer of ice that has formed on the surface. He looks at the forest edge. It is a wall of black tree trunks and white, laden branches. It looks mysterious, a little frightening, but also beautiful. His father was right. He can see tracks now, delicate tiny lines from a bird, a set of deeper, purposeful prints from a fox. The snow is telling its stories. The day is not bright. The sun is hidden behind that blanket of grey wool. But the snow itself provides the light, a soft, blue-white light that reflects from every surface. There are no sharp shadows. Everything is softened, blurred at the edges. It is a gentle world. After the chores are done, there is a moment for play. The village children gather near the well. They cannot waste energy on wild games, but they can make a small snowman. They roll 3 balls of snow. They find twigs for arms and 2 dark stones for eyes. They give him a little smile made from a bent piece of straw. They name him Sir Frost, the guardian of the well. They laugh, but their laughter is soft. It is absorbed by the snow. It becomes part of the quiet. Later, back inside, Finn's clothes are damp. They steam gently as they dry by the fire. The smell of wet wool fills the cottage. It is not a bad smell. It is an honest smell, a winter smell. Anya has baked bread today. The oven is outside, but she has heated it with a great fire. The leftover heat from the oven now warms stones. She brings these stones inside, wrapped in thick cloth. They are placed at the foot of the beds. They will radiate heat through the long, cold night. A simple trick, an ancient trick. The stew for tonight has been cooking all day. The heat from the fire's embers is enough to keep it simmering. Now it is thick and rich. The flavors have mingled together, become one. They eat again in comfortable silence. The snow continues to fall outside, a silent, constant curtain. That night, as Finn lies down, the world feels even quieter, even more insulated. The snow has built up on the roof. It makes the cottage feel like a burrow, a warm, safe den deep under the earth. The blue light from outside is brighter now. The moon must be shining on the snow. It reflects through the knothole, making a tiny, shimmering dot of light on the far wall. A winter star inside their home. Listen to the silence. Not an empty silence, a full silence. A peaceful silence. It is the silence of the earth resting. It is the silence of a world paused, held in a beautiful frozen breath. Your own world is quiet now, held in the deep breath of night. There is no need to think, no need to plan, only to be warm, to be safe, to be still. Let the silence outside your window become this silence, the gentle, muffling silence of the snow. It covers everything. It softens every worry. It blankets every sound. Let your thoughts drift down like the fat, lazy snowflakes, landing softly, not piling up, just landing and melting away into the quiet of your mind. The fire embers breathe, in and out. You breathe, in and out. The snow falls, silently, endlessly, peacefully. Sleep. Chapter 3. The longest night. The deep of winter has arrived. The days are short, so very short. The sun is a pale, weak traveller. It struggles over the horizon late in the morning. It seems to hesitate. It casts long, thin, blue shadows for just a few hours. It does not provide warmth, only a faint silver light. Then it seems to give up. It sinks back below the tree line, long before the afternoon is done. The real light, the true light, the warm light, comes only from the hearth. It is the time of Yule, the turning of the year. The villagers know in their bones that the sun has been fading. They fear in a deep, ancient part of their hearts that it might not return. So they must help it. They must encourage it. They must show it the way back with their own light and their own warmth. Preparations have been made for weeks. The last of the autumn ale has been brewed. A special, stronger brew. The Yule brew. A pig fattened all year was slaughtered at the first frost. Its meat has been salted and smoked. But for Yule, a great haunch is roasted over the largest fire the village can build. The scent of roasting pork and spices fills the cold, still air. It is a promise of plenty, a defiance of the scarcity outside. In the center of the village, a great log has been selected, the Yule log. It is not just any log, it is the biggest, hardest, oakiest log they can find. It is dragged into the center of the village with much ceremony and laughter and effort. It is placed on the central fire. The fire is lit from a piece of last year's Yule log saved for this purpose. It is a continuum, a chain of light and warmth stretching back through time, through generations. The fire is enormous. It leaps and roars toward the dark, star-dusted sky. It is their answer to the weak sun. "We are here," it shouts into the darkness. "We are alive. Our fire is strong." The villagers gather around it. Their faces are painted orange and gold by its light. They pass around horns of the strong Yule ale. They eat the rich fatty pork. They sing old songs. Songs whose words are so old their meanings are forgotten. But the feeling remains. The feeling of hope. The feeling of community. The feeling of shared light in the shared dark. Finn is there. He feels the heat of the fire on his skin. A fierce, joyful heat. He sees the faces of everyone he knows. The baker, the blacksmith, the farmer, the weaver. They are all here. They are all together. For this one night, the barriers between cottages are down. They are one large family, huddled around one large hearth. The whole village is their home. Liam tells stories, not of ice dragons, but of the Green Man, the spirit of the forest who sleeps in the winter, but who will awake in the spring. He tells of the battle between the Oak King and the Holly King. The Oak King of the light half of the year yields to the Holly King of the dark half at the autumn equinox. But on this night, the longest night, the Oak King is reborn. He will grow stronger each day, bringing back the light, bringing back the life. The stories are not just for fun. They are a map of the seasons, a way of understanding the turning world. Anya and the other women bring out baskets. They are filled with little baked cakes, shaped like suns and moons and stars. They are sweetened with the last of the precious honey. To taste sweetness in the depth of winter is a powerful magic, a promise of the sweetness to return. The celebration goes on for hours, but Finn grows tired. The excitement, the rich food, the intense heat of the fire. His eyelids begin to droop. Anya sees this. She takes his hand. They leave the roaring fire of the village. They walk back through the silent, frozen lane to their own cottage. The contrast is immense. From roaring light and singing to utter, still, cold darkness. The stars overhead are sharp and cold as diamonds. They seem so close in the frozen air. You could almost reach up and touch them. Inside their cottage, the fire is low, but it is still there. A faithful friend keeping watch. The room is warm from the day's cooking. It smells of herbs and smoke, and the lingering scent of the Yule cakes. Anya helps Finn into his bed of furs. She places a new warm stone wrapped in cloth near his feet. The heat is delicious. From outside, faintly, they can still hear the sounds of the village celebration. A burst of laughter, a line of a song carried on the cold air. It is a comforting sound. It means the world is still awake, still celebrating, keeping the light alive. Their own little fire seems to listen to the big fire outside. It pulses in sympathy. The sun will return now, Anya whispers, stroking Finn's hair. We have helped it turn the corner. The longest night is here, and from tomorrow the days will grow longer, minute by minute. The light is coming back. This is the deepest magic of all. Not magic of wands and spells, but the magic of rhythm, the magic of cycles, the deep, undeniable truth that after darkness there is always light. The wheel always turns. Finn thinks about the sun, a tiny, weak sliver of light. He imagines it far away, hearing their songs, seeing their great fire. It takes heart. It decides to grow stronger, to come back to them. He falls asleep with this image in his mind. A tiny, hopeful sun growing. You are in your own longest night. The world is dark outside your window, but you have your own light. The light of your breath, the light of your heartbeat, the gentle, steady rhythm of your body. You are your own Yule log, burning with a constant, quiet flame. You have helped the sun turn its corner. You have done enough. You have been enough. Now it is time to rest, to trust that the light will return, as it always does. The celebration outside is fading. The songs are ending. The laughter is softening. All that is left is the gentle pulse of your own hearth, your own heart, beating slowly, in and out, warm, safe. The light is returning. You can rest now. Sleep. Chapter 4. The Promise in the Ice. A change is coming. A subtle shift. You can feel it first in the light. The blue light of dawn comes a little earlier. It lasts a little longer. It is not yet a warm light, but it is a stronger light. It has purpose. It has intention. The sun is trying harder. The cold, however, is still deep. It is a hard, brittle cold. The snow on the ground has a hard, icy crust. The river that curls around Elthorpe is frozen solid, not just at the edges, but all the way across. It is a wide, white road through the landscape. The ice is thick, so thick that a horse and cart could drive upon it. And they do. The village is using the river now. The river, which in summer is a flowing, liquid thing, is now a solid pathway. It is easier to walk on the flat, smooth ice than through the deep, soft snow of the forest. Finn is allowed to go with his father to check the fishing lines. The fishermen have chopped holes in the thick ice. They have dropped lines with many hooks into the dark, flowing water beneath. The world under the ice is a mystery. A dark, cold, flowing world. But it holds life. Silver-scaled life. They walk carefully on the ice. It is not slippery like glass. It is rough and milky white. Their boots grip it well. The air is so cold that it feels clean and sharp in their lungs. Their breath plumes out in great, glorious clouds. Finn tries to make shapes with his breath. A dragon, a ship, a tree. The shapes vanish almost instantly into the still air. Liam checks the lines. He pulls one up. The rope is stiff with frost. At the end, there are 3 small, silvery fish. They are frozen solid in an instant. Their eyes are like little glass beads. They are placed in a leather sack. They will go into the evening stew. A taste of the river. A gift from the world beneath the ice. This is the time for ice, for using the cold. The villagers harvest ice from the cleanest parts of the river. They cut it into great blocks with saws. They store it in a deep pit, insulated with straw. This ice will last long into the summer. It will cool their milk. It will chill their ale. It is a piece of winter saved for the heat of July. A beautiful paradox. On the way back to the village, they see the children sliding on the ice. They have made a smooth, slick patch near the bank. They take running starts and then slide, arms wheeling, laughing. The sound of their laughter is clear and sharp. It rings like a bell in the cold air. It doesn't sound swallowed by the snow anymore. It sounds triumphant. It is the sound of play, of energy returning. Finn joins them for a few minutes. The feeling of sliding, of gliding effortlessly over the river, is magical. It is like flying. For a few moments, he's not fighting the winter. He's dancing with it. Back home, Anya is working with wool. But now, she's not just spinning. She's weaving on a large upright loom. Clunk, click, swish, clunk, click, swish. The shuttle flies back and forth. The warp and the weft intertwine. Slowly, a pattern emerges. A pattern of deep green and brown. It will become a new tunic for Finn for the spring. The work of winter is already looking toward the spring. Every stitch is a prayer for warmer days. Every pass of the shuttle is an act of faith. The light lasts long enough now for Liam to work in his workshop, a small shed-like building attached to the cottage. He is making a new chair. The smell of fresh-cut wood mixes with the smell of the cold. The sound of his plane shaving a smooth surface is a gentle, rhythmic sound. Shk, shk. A long, satisfying curl of wood peels away from the leg of the chair. It falls to the floor in a silent coil. The wood underneath is smooth and pale and beautiful. He is creating order from chaos, beauty from a raw log. This is the work of the quiet time, the time for making, the time for mending. As the days slowly lengthen, the rhythm of the cottage changes, almost imperceptibly. The stew pot still bubbles. The fire still burns. But there is a new feeling in the air, a feeling of anticipation, a feeling of patience wearing thin, but a good kind of impatience. The kind you feel the night before a journey. One afternoon, Finn is sitting by the fire, carving a piece of soft pine with his own small knife. He is making a boat to sail in the river when the ice melts. He looks up at the smoke hole, and he sees it. A single it lands in a small copper pot, placed there to catch it. The sound is tiny, but it is enormous. It is the first drip. Finn holds his breath. He watches. Another drop forms, swelling, hanging, falling. Plink. Then another. Plink. A slow, steady, musical rhythm. Plink, plink, plink. It is the sound of the thaw. The sound of the ice dragon's treasure beginning to melt. The sound of the world waking up. He doesn't say anything. He just listens. The fire whispers. The drops plink. The shuttle goes clunk, click, swish. The plane goes shh. It is a symphony of the season turning. A quiet, gentle, miraculous symphony. That night, as he goes to sleep, the sound of dripping is all around the cottage. A soft, irregular percussion on the roof, on the ground outside. It is not a disruptive sound. It is a lullaby, a promise. The promise of flowing water, the promise of green grass. The promise of returning life. The winter is not over. There will be more cold nights, perhaps more snowfalls. But the back of the winter is broken. The sun has won its battle. The wheel has turned. You have been through the winter. You have felt the quiet, the stillness, the deep introspective peace. You have survived. You have thrived in your own warmth. And now you can hear the dripping, the gentle promised dripping of change, of renewal. It is not a time for action yet. It is still a time for rest, for deep, nourishing rest. The seeds are still sleeping under the ground, but they are beginning to dream. Dream of the sun. Let your own dreams be like that. Dreams of gentle growth, of soft green light, of easy flowing rivers. Your breathing is the drip. Plink in, plink out. The ice is melting. Tension is melting. Flow.